With so many smartphones available across so many price brackets, it's becoming more and more difficult for us to pick our favorite phone. My name is Bharat Nagpal, you're watching iGyaan, and today we're going to be listing out our favorite 5 phones from the 10 to 20,000 rupees price list. Let's quickly get started. Now we've got phones ranging all the way from 10,000 rupees all the way up to 19,000 rupees. If you like any of the phones featured in this video, we'll leave links to buying them in the description below. We'll also leave relevant reviews and unboxing videos in the description below for those who are interested. Starting at a price of rupees 10,999, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 is one of the most impressive phones that you can get in the 10 to 11,000 rupees price bracket. It features a 5.5-inch 1920 by 1080p display, a slightly dated yet still relevant Snapdragon 625, the Adreno 506 GPU, and a main camera which is the 13 megapixel camera with an f2 aperture. The front camera on the device is a 5 megapixel camera and the phone has a 4100 mAh battery. It's available in either a 3 or a 4 GB of RAM configuration with either a 32 GB or 64 GB of onboard storage. It supports microSD up to 128 GB and presently it runs on Android 7 with MIUI 8.5. So if you're starting out and are looking for something towards the 10,000 rupee price bracket, the Redmi Note 4 is a pretty good option. If we move further up, at a price of rupees 12,999, the Lenovo K8 Note is a pretty impressive phone. It features a 5.5-inch 1920 by 1080p Full HD display along with the Helio X23 chipset. You also get the Mali T880 MP4 GPU along with dual 13 megapixel cameras at the back with a 5 megapixel front-facing camera which also has an f1.7 aperture. The rear cameras are great, making the Lenovo K8 Note one of the most affordable dual camera phones available in the market today. You can capture 1080p video and the device does have a 4000 mAh battery. You do get dual SIM support with either 3GB or 4GB of onboard RAM and 32GB or 64GB of storage. You can pop in a microSD card up to 256GB. Now the phone runs Android 7.1 Nougat and hopefully will get an update to Android 8 early next year. Now moving up on the list, one of the most favorite phones in this category, the Xiaomi Mi A1. For a price of rupees 14,999, the phone features a stock Android configuration, giving you a 5.5-inch display with a 1920 by 1080p resolution. It still has the Snapdragon 625 chipset along with the Adreno 506 GPU, but you get dual camera setup with dual 12 megapixel cameras with a wide angle and a telephoto lens. You also get 4K video recording at 30 frames per second, and on the front you get a 5 megapixel camera. Inside you get 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage along with a dual SIM hybrid tray which can take up to a 128GB micro SD card. The company's promised an Android 8 update by the end of the year. Presently the phone runs a stock variant at Android 7.1. Another dual camera phone adds to this list at rupees 15,999, the Moto G5S Plus, featuring a 5.5-inch display with a 1920 and 1080p resolution. With a Snapdragon 625 along with the Adreno 506 GPU, the phone features dual 13 megapixel cameras, both with an f2 aperture. The phone can also capture 4K video at 30 frames per second, and on the front is an 8 megapixel camera with an f2 aperture and also a forward-firing LED flash. You do get a dual SIM tray with a hybrid capability, so you can pop in a micro SD card up to 256GB. 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage complete the configuration, and the phone runs Android 7.1 Nougat but will be updated to Android 8 hopefully by the end of the year. Now finally, at the end of our list and at 18,999, the only iOS device to make our list, the iPhone SE, features a 4-inch 1136 by 640 pixel display with the Apple A9 chip. The iPhone SE has a 12 megapixel main camera which can capture 4K video. The phone is running on the latest iOS 11 operating system and features 32GB of storage, which is non-expandable. It does have a small 4-inch display and is a great starting point for an iOS device for those who are looking to experiment with iPhones. The iPhone SE is a pretty good phone even though it is almost 2 years old. With the iPhone out of the way, it completes our list of our 5 favorite phones from 10 to 20,000 rupees. Now if you like any of these phones, links to buying them are in the description below. But if you're looking for alternatives from these 5 phones, there are a few that we'd like to recommend. If you're looking for a bigger screen size, the Xiaomi Mi Max 2 is definitely a good phone in this price bracket. If you're looking for a more modern design, the LG Q6 also fits in this price bracket but is missing a fingerprint sensor. The Honor 9i, a phone that was recently launched, is also a pretty good pick for this price bracket. Our review for that will be out shortly. The Nokia 6 and the Moto G5 Plus are two additional alternatives that are really good in this price bracket, with the Moto G5 Plus featuring a dual pixel image sensor, one of the good cameras that you can buy in this price bracket. And we've done a full camera review of the Moto G5 Plus in a new style, and if you guys haven't checked that out, you should definitely go have a look at that one. If you like this video, guys, don't forget to hit that like button or the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to iGyaan. If you have any other suggestions in this price bracket, do make sure to drop them in the comment section below. If you want us to check out phones in any other price bracket, do let us know that in the comment section below as well. This has been Bharat for iGyaan. I will see you guys in the next one.